let's just build a little bit on this. The point that we're often trained to point out all the problems, which can be really critical to business. But if all you're saying is here's what doesn't work and why not, to your point, that's one that's not very motivating, and it doesn't, at the end of the day, doesn't move the puck forward for the business. How do you strike that balance? Because you don't want to say everything's fine when you know there are issues. I mean, you do want to still point out the flaws particularly if they're technical flaws, but even if they're not technical flaws, if you know from your experience that there's a business plan that is flawed, how do you balance that with the fact that you don't want to just be the one always saying, no, it can't be done?
What I have found has worked for me is that to go back to state your understanding of the business objective and ground the conversation on the business strategy and the business objective, to explicitly state where that you understand as a technical leader where we want to go, and endorse that. It is if we agree, we're at the stage of the conversation that we have an agreement that that's a shared objective that we all share, is for the business leaders to understand, to feel that their technical lead truly understands where we want to go as a business, and spend time to really do that.
What do you do? What do you do when now if you have a business leader that is already, let's say, comfortable, has confidence in you because you've built your technical credibility, but you've also shown your business acumen and knowledge of the business. But what if when you have somebody, let's say, who is not as familiar with you or is used to R&D being more, let's say, more of a technical expert, somebody who gets told what to do versus somebody who really has not just a seat at the table, but a voice at the table? How do you deal with those leaders in particular?
I think asking questions to understand, to show your interest in understanding the holistic business case, and position yourselves differently in the context of the conversation is very helpful. And introduce yourself both from an understanding, introduce or position yourself both as a business leader and on the same time with an expertise on the technical aspects. In other words, reintroduce through you the R&D and what R&D can bring to the table. I feel that a lot of barriers disappear when the context of the conversation is leaving the strictly technical territory and is being reasoned into the strategic aspect of the business, and also the R&D leader is positioning themselves as a source of solutions and to drive the business. I feel where a lot of times there is a little bit of a gap is how technical solutions can drive the business. And I think connecting the dots and being articulate about that is very helpful for the R&D leader to position themselves as a business partner.